Today is a great day for us, not only as a ministry, but it's a great start to what's going to be a very exciting journey for the Fijian government. And being in this room, you're going to take ownership of this. I'm going to study your faces. I'm going to hold you accountable in the next 2 years to what we're supposed to achieve through this exercise. I'm very pleased to be here this morning for the opening of the Gender Transformative Institutional Capacity Development, in short ICD Orientation Workshop. My appreciation to the Fiji Women's Rights Movement for the partnership and technical support to facilitate the implementation of the ICD and GRB Gender Responsive Budgeting initiatives and organization of this workshop. Colleagues, I'd like to also acknowledge here 14 newly appointed members of the Gender Mainstreaming Action Groups, in short GMAGs, representing 9 government institutions. I also recognize the appointment of 8 national gender equality trainers comprised of senior officials from the Ministry of Economy and Department of Women within the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation. On behalf of the Fijian government, welcome on board. Your knowledge, leadership, and commitment are critical to support our collective efforts towards achieving the goal of gender equality and empowerment of all Fijian women and girls. You are expected to act as catalysts to assist the process of transformative gender mainstreaming and gender-responsive budgeting while progressing, coordinating, and supporting the implementation, monitoring, and reporting on gender equality commitments. The Fijian government acknowledges that gender equality lies at the heart of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which asserts gender equality as both a fundamental human right and a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world if the SDGs and targets are to be reached by 2030 with no one left behind. Colleagues, we know where we need to go, and we definitely know why we need to get there. However, we need your help. We need you to help us to identify the how and concrete actions to put in place within the different ministries and institutions that you work in. And we are here to support you. On that note, I would like to highlight that ICD is a whole of government initiative with an emphasis on strengthening technical knowledge, skills, competence, and resources on transformative gender analysis and mainstreaming and gender-responsive budgeting. The overall goal is to create an enabling environment to ensure integration of all women and girls' needs, interests, concerns, contributions, and perspectives into policies, strategies, programs, and budgets across government agencies. The ICD is led by the Ministry of Women in close partnership with the Ministry of Economy. Colleagues, it is important to emphasize that the ICD is premised on a gender transformative capacity development approach, which examines and tackles social norms, attitudes, and systems that are often the root causes of gender inequality in our society. And who better to start this initiative but government? And that's why we're here today. Gender equality is fundamentally a question of power, men over women. Only when we see women and girls' rights as a common objective, a route to transformative change that benefits everybody, will we begin to shift the balance of power. I'm confident that the framework, mechanisms, and processes that are envisioned both by the ICD and the GRB initiatives could offer an important entry point for us to drive this transformative change forward with concrete actions. With this important message in mind, I'm delighted to open the ICD Orientation Workshop. Our discussions for the next 3 days with focus on gender concepts, gender analysis, gender-responsive budgeting, budget submissions, GMAG terms of reference, and others, as well as close collaboration and concrete actions in the months ahead. This can lead the way to gender equality outcomes for all Fijian women and girls. And it depends on us. If you're in this room, you hold that power. If you're in this room, you have the privilege and the responsibility to change the lives of Fijian women and girls in the work that you do every day. You may come from a ministry that doesn't have women in its name. You may look at your programs and you think, what's gender got to do with this? The aim of this workshop is to ensure that when you walk out of here, it doesn't matter what ministry you work in, what institution you work at, there's always a gender component of the work that you do. The aim of the next 3 days is to remove that blindfold and for you to see gender in everything that you do, in every sentence that you read, in every program that you put together for government. And that is the aim. You achieve that and you apply it when you go back to work, you're doing a wonderful thing for Fijian women and girls. The results may not be instant, it may take time, but I'm expecting to see changes, at least after 1.5 years, in the ministries that are represented in this pilot program. I expect to see changes. Cabinet has approved this. The onus is big on each and every one of you. So please, when you go back to your ministries, don't change the membership of these important groups that you're going to form. Continuity is important. Sustainability of these groups is so important if we are to see the results that we're aiming for. So don't take this as just a woman's issue or just another gender issue. This is for the whole of nation. This is for every Fijian, man, boy, woman, girl. You change the lives of women and girls in this country. You change the entire landscape of this country. And with those few words, I look forward to seeing the outcome of this, not only after this workshop, but in the months ahead. We never live.